Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. You're listening to now the one in the Academy of Wowmen that you come to for a wow effect. And I am going to respond to a question that was given to me not too long ago. It seems to me that in the later times of our human development, and especially in the 2020s that we're in today, this modern world, that there are a lot more frustrations in relationship than what it ever used to be. If you notice, some of my audios is geared towards what is love today, women and family and children, so forth and so on, is because it's becoming a major problem. It's becoming an issue where men are trying to figure out basically what's going on. There are a lot of men who they're in relationships such as marriages, and they lock themselves down to this permanent financial contract tradition. And so they do have an opportunity to live with their women, the opposite sex, in order to study physically what it's like and to feel and to understand exactly what the situation entails, should the information be given to them, and should they become the one who ends up getting his head bitten off by the praying mantis on this usual basis. But the flip side about it is there's a lot of those men who are willing to go along with that program because of that lack of information. And they will get out of one marriage and they'll try to get into another marriage, or they try to get into a long-term relationship out of marriage and think that's going to be their solution. They'll say, well, I'm not going to get married again, but I will have a long-term relationship because I simply can't be alone. And that is particularly all right based on their preference. And what I mean by preference is what he is receiving. There are men who don't care about the history or the package or the ideas that are brought into his life. All they care about is being with someone. As long as she has a pretty face and she's supporting him and she's done playing games and she's willing to settle down, then he's okay with it. But what a lot of those men don't understand is, just like himself, I guess you could say that, but it's kind of different when a woman fornicates versus a man when he fornicates. There's a difference. There is a bigger dynamic, and a reason why kings and leaders and the princes in the old days preferred women who were a lot more virtuous and had a little track record and a little bitty, very few digits on their speedometer or tachometer. Because it alters their ability in the coming future or relationship. It alters their mind. It determines what they're going to provide for that new man in the future when she is at a high mileage position. And realistically, a lot of these guys, when it comes to these high mileage women, is because some of those men they're high mileage themselves. And what I mean is, not only are they high mileage, not as if it's not the same as a woman. Let's get it straight. It's not the same. What I mean is a lackluster, sort of unpassionate, no goals, no dream, no directive, no higher horizon, don't want to reach higher, don't want to adventure the world, have no desire to learn further or to be different. So therefore, they're high mileage. They become a useless machine over time. which is pretty much run down. The years are limited. Therefore, these particular men are eager, if not desperate, to just settle for anything that comes their way. And therefore, their expectations of their mates are very low. Their requirements are very low. As long as she's a two-legged bipedal female with hair, it's all that matters. He'll go along with it, and she will end up eventually being his second wife, but without the contract called marriage. And of course, as we understand to be, you have this settling life where it's just a humglum day. This is where things become gray, where you just get up, you go to your 9 to 5, you come home, and there she is and your kids, and you do it all over again. Go out every now and then, weekend trips, go out to eat, come back home, and you do it all over again because he's settled down. He put a limit and a cap on his life. Now, that's not to say that that cannot be if he's in a relationship with this girl. But unfortunately, it actually details in its own schematics that a man who has adventure and options and a full availability to himself and is willing to travel, go places, and advance his life. And if he so happened to bring her along with him, then that means his preferences are going to be a little different. You see what I mean? He's going to have a different idea of this woman in whom he's going to want to be his girlfriend. And if she's anywhere near the average modern American women of this time, then there's going to be some conflict in him being able to advance himself according to the new socialized system of limited, low frequency, degraded, disadvantaged minds that we have now in the current generation. Because whenever you try to advance yourself, the system will prevent you. And what the system is the minds of the Matrix. The Agent Smiths that are in the millions, which have no face, have no culture, and has no gender, but is an energy and an inter-programming that has been given unto the new generation from the past generations, passing on their failures and their lack of information, or shall I say, informing the newer generation what would be drastic for them should they decide to lower their values. But one of the highest things that we have been receiving, or shall I say, I myself, Neo, is men wanting me to give them the Morpheus's red pill on women with high expectations when they themselves are at a low frequency plateau. But before I answer that question, there's another thing that has been a question for them is, why is it that women still want men to chase them and they're not willing to chase men? They're not willing to approach or make themselves known. Well, one of the facts is social engineering. Women are told that if they go and approach the man, that they are called loose. They're too easy. They're the lowest hanging fruit and practically no good for him if she decided to do so. But the destruction of this is not the very fact that that's what she needs to do, but that there are other people and men themselves who would degrade these girls. And I'm not talking about most of them, I'm talking about the minimum of the men who are of rubbish, men who are low-minded, children, boys who have no experience would say something like that because of their social engineering. But in truth, women who go along with the program and think that they should not approach men because they don't want to seem to be easy. These are the very girls who allow themselves to be deceived. And as a matter of fact, that's a good sign to let you know that she isn't worthy to be approached. If she isn't worthy or making her own self worthy to go past or to rise higher than the deception of the environment. The programming of the environment tells her that should she decide to do so to get what she wants, then she's considered as the lowest hanging fruit. So because she would believe in her language, believe in that programming, she is not worthy to be with. That is my principle. Because if she's not willing to think for herself, if she's not willing to make her own decisions and go past the social social construct or deceptions, then how good is she going to be when she's in a relationship with you if she can't genuinely think for herself? That means she is a programmable robotic mammal, and she will be a programmable robotic mammal when she is with you. So she initially becomes no good. As I always say, if she can get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, she can go to the sink or wherever she goes to get her water, the water bottle. She puts her own makeup on. She puts her own shoes, her dress. Well, let's see ways to dress, because we don't wear dresses anymore. As a matter of fact, we don't know what that is in this generation. We wear pants now. So now that she wants to don the pants and the shoulder pad suits, right? She can go make her own coffee if she wants to. If she's hungry, she will go and maybe put something together in the kitchen. Should she decide to gumption enough energy and interest to provide that amount of labor for herself. So if she can do all those things that she want to do, what will prevent her from wanting to be with you? You are no different than her having the ability to make the decisions that she wants, get the job she wants, go out in the world and be accepted pretty much and practically everywhere. So why is it with you she wants to pretend like she is a sky angel? Why is it with you that she prefers for you men to approach her? You got it? So that means that little flaw, that little inkling there, that little bitty space and time in the universe for her to be hesitant to approach you initially identifies what type of woman she is. And you need to take key with these little bitty things that you will overlook, because as your professor here in the Academy of Wombmen, I've dealt with the best and the worst of them. And whenever I have done code approaching in my past life, whenever I accepted their so-called signs and pick-me signs, right? These girls weren't ever my type in the relationship. They was dysfunctional. Their minds wasn't in the right place, and they were easily programmable by the environment, which became a problem for me. So over the years, through psychology and studying and listening to other red pill men and MGTOW, I figured it out. That these little bitty seeds that I'm sharing with you today identifies her mind. It's amazing how she would say that she's independent. She has a mind of her own. She's a grown woman. You can't tell her anything. She's able to provide for herself, but she can't think for herself when it comes to relationships. She's so big and bad with everything else, but here you are as a grown man, and she may like you. She's interested in you. All she know how to do is to stand there and stare at you, flap her hair around, swing her hips to try to give you these come here signs. You know, she's so much of a bold, brazen, liberated woman, but she's too scared to open up her mouth to get what she wants. And in one of my principles, for me as Morpheus, that's offensive. To me, that's offensive. As a matter of fact, when she does that, I'm immediately turned off and I'm not interested. I don't care how cute she is. As a matter of fact, I really want to talk. I really want to say something to her that's really going to be offhanded and backhanded, degrading conversation, because it offends me. It offends me. And it offends me. And this is why. Because as a man, we are told that we are supposed to do everything. We're told we're supposed to go out there in the middle of the snow and get a frostbitten for providing for our family and children. We are told we need to face lightning. We're told we need to swim the sharks in order to provide water and food for our children and family. We got to climb up these light poles in order to secure the electricity for your homes and your towns in the middle of the rain, in the middle of the cold winter, no matter what the situation is. We got to go out there and tow these cars in the middle of the highway where cars are going 60 to 70 miles per hour, just inches from us. Just because the police say, well, you know what, you're a wrecker. I need to be here in 20 minutes. So you got to rush from one side of the town to the other side of the town and put your life in jeopardy because you're trying to provide food for your family, your children. We're told we have to approach these girls. We have to be chivalrous. We have to be kind. We got to be a gentleman. We have to do all these sort of things that we are initially programmed to do by the system, almost like reading the 10 commandments of what men should do, but women don't have a 10 commandments of what they should do. But when it comes time for them to have to stand up to the plate and do what needs to be done to bridge true equality, meaning a equal, quo for quo, dynamic of labor, they don't want to fulfill their promises. They don't want to give you what you need. So therefore, it's an offensive thing for me as being a red pill masculine male for her to do that. Because if I'm told, or if the society demands by the system and the construct as it is built for me to approach her, that means I'm putting myself in a lower program situation by me not only going on with the program, but fulfilling her desires, which I'm going to get to in just one moment because it goes deeper than this. It's go deeper than this because I can no longer look at her as a woman. I can no longer look at her as an adult. I can only look at her as a child from there. If I have to get up from where I am in Starbucks and walk over there and approach this girl and speak with her at a time now in the modern day, okay, then to me, she's of no quality. She's going to be, for one thing, if I'm approaching her, it's because I'm going to scoop her up just like a fish and I'm going to throw her right back in the water after a couple of kisses and we're done. Not for a long-term relationship. I'm not approaching you because I'm interested in you. I'm approaching you because I'm interested in getting something from you, and that's it. Nothing else. Because she proved to me that she wasn't woman enough to approach me. She proved to me that she wasn't woman enough or adult enough to understand what's going on in the current world. She have proven to me that it's all about her and it's not about me. It's selfish for her to stand there and all she want to do is just bat her eye and think that she's all cute, swinging her hair around and look at me. I'll be the first one to walk over there with a glass of water, say, are you okay? Are you having seizures, ma'am? Do you want me to call the paramedics? Because I will. All right, because you're looking like you are having, you look like you're having the itchies over here. Are you on drugs? You on crack or anything? You know, why are you acting like that? You know, is there ants in your panties? I mean, what are you doing? I'll act stupid just like her. The fact that she's standing there acting stupid, talking about, come get me, come here, come talk to me, Morpheus, please, come on, batting her eyes and staring underneath the book, looking around the corner and, I wish he just talk to me, just say something. I'm gonna act stupid just like her and walk up to her and say, are you okay, ma'am? Do you need some help? Do you need me to call somebody for you? Do you need me to pour some water on you? Are you hot? You need some medication? You need some drug? You need some drugs? Don't come to me because I don't provide it. Okay. You know, if you're all into that, then, you know, I'm gonna walk away from it. Because you want to act stupid, I'll act stupid too. You want equality? I'll give it to you exactly like you want. Then I'll leave the store. All right, done deal. The audacity to sit here and say what men are supposed to do, but they can't return the favor. And the bad part about it is there are too many blue pill, dumb, retard men who actually still think today that it is the manliest thing to do. These men will argue with you or with me and tell me that I am not alpha. I'm not a red pill. I'm not a man because I don't know how to approach a woman. As a matter of fact, they'll look at me and say, you know what? You aren't nothing, Morpheus. You just a child. You don't want to go out there and approach these women. I'll do it. I'll do it any time of day, man. It's easy for me to do it. Yeah, it's easy for a blue pill pawn who have never got the memo or never studied the psychology of the mind. They never studied the opposite sex. And these programmable matrix attached heads are willing to put themselves in a compromised position because men are programmed to accept themselves as a lower species, whereas you see in movies and pictures and on Disney movie channels where you are supposed to be on one knee and propose to this woman who's not even greater than you. That way you don't consider yourself to be the prize. You're considering her to be on prize, which is you getting on your knees. Getting on your knees is a form of servitude. It's a form of worship. You get it? It's a form of bringing that person higher than yourself. Give me just a moment here. I'm gonna have to adjust this fan. It's getting kind of wild out here in my studio. Just one moment here. See, the thing is, I've done that before, but I have learned. I have done that just like them, the blue pills, have done, but I have studied and I have succeeded in my own development. Year to year, day to day, as a male, you are to learn and to grow. You are to study how you can make yourself better and what have the potential to destroy you or to demean your nature. And the moment you get on one knee, the moment you have to get up and you go across the room to approach something that's supposed to be equal to you. Here we go. That's supposed to be equal to you. That's supposed to be capable as doing what you do. It's supposed to be as smart as you and worthy enough to be in a relationship with you. If it is worthy, then it will meet you halfway and it will carry its own weight. It will carry its own burden. No different than a truck and a car that you purchase. You buy it because it carries its own weight. Your Ram pickup truck carries its weight. Your Dodge car or your Camaro carries its own weight. Your Mustang that you purchase carries its own weight. That's why you brought it. You brought it for a certain performance. It would not make any sense if you buy this rusted, busted, high mileage vehicle and you got to constantly invest in it. You got to constantly put money in it. You got to constantly fix it 3 months at a time. There's always something going wrong with it. There's always an oil leak. There's always a fuel leakage somewhere where you're scared this thing's going to catch on fire at any moment. There's always an electrical device, electrical component in your vehicle that is malfunctioning. Those cars are called lemons because you are putting in more than what you're getting out. Here we go. You're putting in more than what you're putting out. So for generations, men have been doing this towards women. You've been putting in more than what you've been getting out. Do you understand? So when you sit up here thinking that you are smart and you are alpha and you the big guy in the room because you take your bozo self over there and approach yourself and diminish yourself, disembowel yourself, put yourself underneath her by getting on a knee in front of this girl, whether she's around a group of women or not. You are a dodo bird in my academy of Wombmen, and I will introduce you. You know, as a matter of fact, my Ralph the dog here, I will give you his collar and put it around your neck and start calling you Ralph the dog for being something and doing something so stupid and degrading, especially in this current generation. This is the most ignorant thing you can find yourself doing. But you know what? Men do it anyway, because all you doing is proving to the world or proving to some women that men simply don't think. You came to the right place. You came to Morpheus. Morpheus do not hold punches back. And listen, I don't care about your feelings. And if you are a man and you're listening to this channel, and you're getting emotional, please exit stage left and never come here again. I don't do emotions, and you are supposed to be a man. Man up and deal with what I'm saying. If you don't like it, shut your mouth and sit down. Go find somebody else's channel. Be a child somewhere else. You got to understand what true balance is all about. Balance is letting them show you what they are all about. Let them do what they say and what do you call that? What they propose to do. What they are representing themselves to do. Oh, we are tough. We're equal than you. We can do what you do. Okay, fine then. You know what? I'm going to sit right here on this lounge chair. I'm going to let you handle it. Let me see what you do. Go ahead. And then they're still over there batting their eyes. Approach me. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. Come over here and get my number. Come get my number. I'll be the first one to I'll sit my cell phone right there on the table. And here I am again. Cross my arms like the Indian chief and say, okay, all she got to do is waltz her narrow frail over here and everything will be said and done. So I'll just sit there and laugh my ass off, looking at her, staring and acting like she's sweating, putting a napkin all to her. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Women do that stuff. I catch it all the time. There's a reason why I talk the way that I talk. I'm in those circles. I am that guy that these girls are like, wow, let me let me see what he's all about. Not to mention each time when I walk past them, or if we're out in public somewhere, or if I'm training someone in the gym, if I'm sitting there pumping iron, they can't help but stare. And then the moment I turn around and look at them, they want to pretend like they're not looking, as if I never caught them the first time. Sometimes they sit there and stop doing what they're doing just to figure out what I'm doing. Then when they get busted, they want to pretend like, oh, okay, oh, he's looking at me. He's looking at me. Okay, let me pretend like I'm working out. He's looking at me. I hope my ass is fat. Let me plump up my breasts. Let me show what I got. Let me walk in front of him and bend over. Let me bend over. See if we look again. Come on, Morpheus. Smell my perfume. I'm gonna walk past him so close. I'm gonna brush up against him, see what he says. I know he's gonna look at me. I'm the hottest chick in the place. I know he's gonna say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. Boy, why don't you say something? Say something. You wanna say something? You know I'm looking at him. I'm looking at you. Hello, Morpheus. Morpheus. Woohoo. Woohoo. Woohoo, big guy. Big guy. Oh, he's looking at me. Whoa, I need the attention and he's not looking at me. I'll go on about my merry way. But let's get to the deep schematics of this. Stop playing games. Let me get on to this. All right. It's kind of amazing that when the unrealistic expectations of a lot of the women that I have studied and came across, and even some of my homeboys as well, they in their struggle, they will come to me after having a conversation, one of their women, and even seeing their own brothers, and they going through the same struggle as well, where they get across these women and their unrealistic expectations of what he has to be, certain height, he got to be certain muscular, have to provide a certain means of finances, right? But yet this girl looked like she's a walking pancake, right? You know, she's the type of girl where she takes off her brassiere. I can pretty much imagine that she probably have to do like roller skates on her breasts. They hanging so low. You know, she out there ice skating on her breasts. We're like, dang. That's one reason why you got to be careful when and your preference is your idea, and it has nothing to do with Morpheus. Okay, but that's one of my biggest fears. I'm really not into it being too large, because gravity, after a certain amount of years, those nice brassieres that you got up there, I'm allergic to stretch marks. That's for one. I'm allergic to stretch marks. I'm allergic to cellulite. I'm allergic to the body parts being disproportionate. I'm allergic to it, and that won't do anything for me. It don't. That's why I have a certain preface. You have to be certain age. You have to be She has to be capable and virtuous and have very, very low mileage. And her breast can't be enlarged. If it is, I just can't do it. That's going to kill the game. That's going to kill the game. I don't want her looking like I can use her as a sled. She go outside and she just, let it loose and she just ride on both of them, sliding all down the hill on those things because they so saggy all the way down to the ground. Yeah, she closed her front door and it's caught in the door, like, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Not to mention, I went to visit a family a month ago, and this was a Mexican family. And I appreciate the Mexicans. They pretty decent. They do what they can. They got their struggles as well. But I was introduced to a birthday party for their family. One of their kids was having a birthday party. They was like, "Oh, let's invite Morpheus. We want Morpheus over. He's such a cool guy. He's a good mentor, good big brother. Let's invite." So when they invited me over, they had their grandmother there, one of the oldest matriarchs from the family, right? And she still was able to walk, but of course, as an older lady, you're hunched over. And the breast that was up there, oh man, everything was down around her knees, just about. Okay, give it probably a half a foot. It probably would have reached her knees, and I couldn't imagine what it would be like underneath, and I didn't want to because it ruined my day. And I tried my best not to look at her, but I can imagine that as gravity hit her so hard, especially when you're not working out, you don't take care of yourself, you're lazy. All you want to do is eat ho-hos every day. You're always in some type of gas stop place drinking from the fountain because you like that fountain sugar, which is going to do nothing but transform into fat because y'all don't want to do nothing for yourself. You're too busy in front of your stupid TV and your stupid computer. Right? Instead of getting out, being physical, eventually those perky globes, they're going to sag eventually, and they're going to meet the belly button, and it's not going to end there. And that will be the end of it. That will be the end of it. So I don't need it, not interested in it because I respect nature. And realistically, the smaller it is, the better. The smaller it is, it will escape gravity. As a matter of fact, it will resist gravity, and I would have at least something to deal with, and I can enjoy it for as long as I want to and as I can. While you are sitting there and you're using yours as slingshots. Okay, so you get them big all you want to. Eventually, you're going to be able to use it as a slingshot, swinging around your head. Take your shirt off and swing it around your head. Terrible. Just terrible. But anyway, these types of women over the years, when they're not taking care of themselves and they're trying to prop themselves up to be like in LA, Los Angeles, there are some women who think that every man like that. So she'll get Botox and she start plumping herself up. She have these huge mounds of weight on her chest. And not only does it cause back problems most times when she's walking around and her back hurt because she got all that weight on her chest, but it starts leaning as well on her spinal cord. I know about all this because I'm into health. You know that. You're speaking to Morpheus. And she think that that's going to be the prize and joy. Pretty much everything on her body is fake. So she do this because she think that all men are visual. And in her mind, she's thinking she is the prize. She's thinking that she deserves to be with let's just say for a man. I'm open because we can understand it from the 10 list. Let's say from a 10 man. Let's say that as we do women, a 5-star, 10-star. Let's say a man who's a 10-star, 9 and 10 stars. She thinks she deserves this man who's a 10. She don't comprehend that this man is a 10 for a reason. This man have escaped the tyranny of women. This man have escaped the tyranny of being a slave for the rest of his life. This man have taken care of himself. This man is in the gym. This man is probably doing golfing every now and then. He's jogging on the weekend when he have a chance to. He's eating just a simple toast and orange juice in the morning. After he read his newspaper, then he go upstairs and do some work on the computer, like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or less. Then he goes out and he gets active. He don't have time to be sitting there with the low profile, low frequency woman. So she will be lackluster in pretty much all those categories, but yet she will want you as a man to say, I want you to pick me. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Now, I'm worthy because I have craters that I have to carry in my bra all day. Oh, pick me because I got the lips that are plump like you like. Pick me because I have my hair that's perm straight or matted straight or combed out straight. I'm walking around with Prada perfume, so I smell great. Not natural, I just smell good and great. That's another thing as well that I'm all about as well. And it's not for everybody. The smells is a very important thing to me. Okay, that's a very valuable asset to the woman's body and her potential to be natural. All right. When she wears a lot of perfume, that's actually, to me, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That means she's insecure in herself. She's insecure in her own pheromones, and she wants to be so unnatural where her only dependency is the perfume that she put on. She wants you to be allured by the perfume, and you will be surprised that Indian Chief Morpheus is actually more turned off from perfume than turned on. Because I can't be attached to this girl. This girl is full of perfume. She's full of unnatural fragrances that was made up from a laboratory or a warehouse somewhere. However they make it, okay, in their closet spaces, okay. So the lesser of it is, the better, because if she's funky and she haven't been taking care of herself, that will be on her. But if she's taking care of herself and she's not funky and she has just a little bit of perfume on, that's a sign of cleanliness and it's a sign of nature. And it's a better chance to be closer to this girl than to be repelled from heavily laden perfume. Or she goes out somewhere and she gets in the car. She know it's hot in the middle of the summer or something like that. And all she do is just put on some perfume and say, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Trying to cover up, right? She knows like 30 minutes until she goes out on a date. Instead of jumping in the shower or, getting a wet rag or something like that, doing the bird bath, she would just go ahead and grab a little container over there on top of the toilet or something, where all her perfumes are sitting, just spray herself under her arm and on her neck and make sure that she's smelling real good with this stuff. And then she out the door. She's out the door. But the moment you get all tangled up, the moment you start donkey dunking and she's sweating and everything start coming to surface and you're disgusted. You're disgusted. So it will be better to interface with what is natural head on. That way there will be no surprises, right? There will be no set off because you're already in tune with her natural scent. However, getting back to one that I jumped over, and I jumped over for a reason because it's a Shangri-La for this study today. I was talking about the approaching issue. And then I'm going to flop back over to the next channel of unrealistic expectation because it's the same thing. Now, another thing that I have also studied, and it's a very deep study here. Another reason why it's no good for you to approach and you shouldn't, not only is it debased for yourself, you have to ask yourself, where do you want to line up in the society of women? Do you want to be this little bitty Boy Scout, ridiculous, self-hating, self-degrading man? Or are you a man of quality? Do you have better esteem for yourself where you are willing to put yourself in a successful position even if you don't get what you want? You may want this girl. You may be interested in this girl. But when you are trying to approach her or get her number or get her interested in you, of course, the situation has to bridge to itself. I would tell you this, depending on where you are or what you're doing, if you're working around them all the time, or if they're always with you in a room or in a cubicle or something like that, you are in a very good position because now you are only giving your energy to this girl. Whereas I'm not saying that you need to do it at your work. I'm just saying whatever situation that you're in. I'm using that as an example because I'm not really condoning that you should approach women or try to get with them while you're working. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you are around them all the time, it could be some of your girlfriends. It could be maybe some of your travel people, or wherever you may be. If you're around them on the often, then you have the benefit. You have the benefit of just being yourself, where you don't have to approach them. Eventually, over time, they will approach you. You got it? Eventually, they will get a chance to understand what you can do, your personality, how cool you are, how calm you are as a man. Or you don't have to. You don't have to ask them. You don't have to come to them and tell them what your intentions are. They tell you what their intentions are. But if you are not, and these girls are strangers, which is probably common for a lot of men in some places, right? Where you meet them at the store, you meet them at a gym somewhere, or you meet them at a pub, wherever you go, and you see this girl who's attractive to you. All right. When you are preparing yourself to approach this girl, the rule is this girl already has a man somewhere. And most times they already have 10 men. There was a documentary done, and I want to bring that into this same conversation. There was a documentary done where a guy was asking women, random women, at least 10 to 20 of them, how would they feel if a man approached them? Okay. You would say more than half of them said it will be weird. It will be awkward. It will be strange. They would not give him her number. Several of them actually said they would give out the wrong number just to make this man go away. You got it? But yet on the flip side, when you go to social media, when you talk to the common modern girl again today, she says something different. She will say, well, I want this man to approach me because I want him to prove that I am worthy or worth it. And if he doesn't do so, that means he doesn't like me. What a stupid thing to say. Yeah, well, if he doesn't approach me and I'm giving him the call out signals, the come pick me signals, then that means he's not interested. Survey says wrong. Absolutely wrong. There is multiple times, and as a matter of fact, it may continue because women are stuck on stupid. It may continue. I'm just going to prepare myself for it, okay? There's multiple times where there were plenty of women that I was interested in. I looked at them and seen them just visually that they were sort of my type. They had the potential. They was young enough, big eyes, cute, so forth, so on, right? But I sat back and put my hands in my pocket again, like the Indian chief, and said, all she got to do is come over here and say one thing and the doors will open up. The doors of heavens will open up. All she have to prove to me is that she's not a modern, stuck up, unlearned, outdated, selfish, narcissist woman by walking over here and opening her god mouth. Had to bleep that out. Then maybe there will be some interaction there. Then I can go ahead and scoop her up and vet her out, and there may be some success somewhere. But until then, I'm not gonna say anything. All right. Until then, she don't exist until she show me what she is interested in. You got me? But unfortunately, these are the very same women who will jump on social media. They'll tell other women, they're getting their girl groups, and they'll be like, you know what? That guy must be gay. How come he didn't? He just don't like me. I don't understand. Morpheus don't like me. He didn't even look my way. Is something wrong with him? Maybe my booty's not big enough. She starts checking herself out in the mirror, adding more Prada perfume or something like that. But it have nothing to do with it. It's the very fact that she don't comprehend that she herself nowadays is expected to do exactly what she says she can do. To play the ground even. But let me tell you something, and here's the Shangri-La on this one. Most of the times, again, not only is it particularly based on the fact that she has options, because I have options myself. We both have options. You got it? We both have options. But also, they will say something like, well, I want this guy to try harder. Okay, so what? We might reject him. So what? We might not give him our number, but I want him to try harder. I want him to keep approaching me. I may give him an ugly face or a stale face, or I may pretend like I don't like him, but I really do like him, and I want him to try harder. Here again, here is gear number 3. And another thing this is another reason why I would put Ralph the dog collar around your neck. All right. And let you stroll yourself around the park, a dog park, like we usually do of this human dumb society. Okay. Of retards. Because you got to look at it like this. The reason why she is saying this, because there are other men that have done what you have done. There are other men that are doing what you are doing. There are other men that have said what you are saying, young man. Therefore, what she wants you to do is be better than the 10 of them who may be in her groups. She wants you to do above and beyond so you can stand out amongst the men who's already talking to her. So therefore, she wants you to compete. Here we go. Did you hear what I just said? She wants you to compete for her attention. You are competing against other men that you don't know, probably haven't even seen, but you are competing. So she I didn't say thinks, she feels, because all they do is feel. She feels as if you are in a competition with the other guys, and she wants you to do better than them. She would tell you, oh, you're in a competition with, so she won't say it. In her mind, she's saying you are in competition with 5 or 6 other guys. The other ones, they just want to donkey dunk. The other ones, they don't have good game. 2 other guys, they're kind of shy, they standoffish, they're not aggressive enough. But I want you to show me, I want you to prove to me that you really want me. That's what women will say. They will actually say that. I've had a woman explain that to me with one of her past relationships. She said, well, I just want my man to prove that he wants me, that he really wants me. You hear what I'm saying? I want him to prove that I am worthy. So even if I have like 9 or 10 different guys, it don't matter. Here's what I'm saying. Even though I have about 9 or 10 different guys, and yeah, I may have a few men in my DMs, I got a lot of guys on my Facebook, on my Instagram channel. Oh my God, it's like every time I go to the store, I got so many. I mean, it's like everywhere I go, men are just posting. But you know, I got their number and stuff like that. They call me and every now and then. They just irritate me. But they always trying to promise me what they can do for me and stuff like that. But I tell you what, all that don't matter. All I want you to do, baby, is do better than them. I want you to try harder. I want you to get on one knee if you want to. I want you to prove to me that you are better than them so I can hypergamy over to you. You see that? And the bad part about it is when you prove to me that you are better than them, I'm going to be with you for a short amount of time and I'm going to do you like I did them. And I'm going to wait for the next man who's going to rise even higher than you. And guess what? I want him to prove as well. And he will. He's going to pump my gas. He's going to put an expensive ring on my finger. He's going to get on both knees. And I'm going to put a collar around his neck. And that's going to be the guy I'm going to be with, not you. But in the meantime, I want you to let me know that I am worthy by disgracing yourself. And let me know that you have low expectations for yourself. And you have low ego. And that's going to work out just fine. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. So when you put yourself in the room of all those guys and you want to be the outstander, you want to be this outlier. You want to be the guy who's able to shoot a 3-point shot or shoot a shot from half court amongst the other men. She's going to expect for you to do that all the time. That means you're going to be holding masculine frame for a long time to keep this girl interested. And as soon as you make a mistake, as soon as you shift your attention, as soon as you stop becoming the outstanding man and the rest of them start rising up, the rest of them continue to get at her. They continue to spend time with her on her job. They continue to take her play, or just to send her wonderful emails and text messages and things that you don't know that she got. Right? The moment you change your chapter, she's going to make plans to leave you. Do you understand? So therefore, when you're in that situation, that's when you'll hear her say, I'm not happy. So I'm going to find another man who will, and I can, because out of all of the 10 guys, you decide to be the moron to rise higher than them, but you have failed. So now that this guy have risen, I'm going to be with him. That's why she says she want you to try harder. Don't be that dummy. Because what did I tell you in the full description? If you go back to what I said, what did she just say? I want him to prove that I am worthy. But what about you, man? Are you worthy? Huh? Are you worthy, my fair masculine brother? Yes, you are. So therefore, you are the one is the prize. You're the one she should be approaching. She is the one who needs to come to you and say, hey, what's up? If you go into her saying, hey, what's up? Then you are at a loss. You are playing on her football field, in her town, in her city, with her support. It's almost like when you got a video game. I'm gonna break it down. You know, if you're 16 years old and you listen to this, when you got a video game, right? And you know the video game that you're playing. You know the schematics. You know where all the levels are. You know the town. Whatever you're doing in the video game, you know where the enemies are. You know where the best weapons that you have that you can use. You are well equipped. That is your playing field. That's your domain right there. And let's say that you have a complete stranger. They play video games before, but they never played your game. They're not familiar with what you play, whatever on Call of Duty or Halo or whatever that you deal with, or Tekken, whatever. They don't know anything about it. But yet they want to compete with you. The chances of your victory is pretty much 9 out of 10 unless they get lucky. All right. Their chances is they have a beginner's luck. They may have a 3 out of 4% of a chance, but you're going to be kicking their ass all through your game. And they're going to be frustrated. And then they're going to be wondering, why are you winning? Why are you beating me like that? I don't understand. Why are you doing these special moves? Where you get that? Where you get that weapon from? Where you find that gun at on the levels? Where was that special car at? And they don't know that you know everything about it. You got experience. They don't. So when you are approaching these women, it's the same thing. You're playing their video game. Sir. Hello, blue pill. Hey, beta. You're going to lose. And you're going to lose badly. You understand? Stop playing the game. You get a game yourself and you have her play on your board at your terms and with your knowledge. That's what red pill is for. That's what it's for. See, this thing about unrealistic expectations, that's because of you. That's because of your soft cake, angel food, moist eating, I haven't grown up, stanky, morning breath looking mentality dude. Okay? Haven't grew up yet. So therefore, you don't comprehend because you're going wrong with the program. You go by what other people tell you in movies and television, and other older women who are bitter try to tell these younger women, sweetheart, you should not ever approach a man. If you approach a man, he is going to degrade you. He's going to say that you are worthless. He's going to say that you're just a slut. You're 3 or 4. And he's going to be treating you like a 3 or 4. And you know what y'all women do? Oh, that's true. Oh, you're right. Oh, I am not going to do. I don't want him to think that I'm easy. I'm going to make it hard for him. Even if I like him, I'm going to make it difficult for him. I went out to last time I was at a club right? And you say, Morpheus, why are you at the club? I like the music. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you in for the girls? No, I do like the music. I like music a lot. Music ideas, and I like the energy, not to pick up anybody. Of course, I wouldn't be talking to you as I'm doing now if I was that kind of guy. All right. But I would never, ever forget. It's burned. It's burned in my genes today. I recall while I was there was a group of girls who was dancing by themselves. And there's a lot of guys who were trying to break them up and get with them. And the girls was ignoring them, and they scoot to the other side of the club dance floor to get away from these guys. And I'm just shaking my head like, dang, like, okay, throw the guys a bone, help them. They're here to try to mingle with y'all. Why y'all doing these brothers like that? So I turned around. I'm sitting at the bar drinking like some water. I was wondering, why are you drinking water? Why don't you just get a Coke or something like that? I was like, no, I don't drink your high fructose corn syrup, modified molasses poison. You keep that to yourself. All right. So just give me some water. And of course, I make sure that the cup is clean. I get a napkin and I clean it twice. All right. I trust nobody and no one. And when my drink is right there, I can care less if it's water, okay, or orange juice. I'm going to keep my eyes on it no matter where I am. And then when I put a napkin on it, I put it on there in such a special way. If that napkin is moved to any millimeter, okay, it's gone. I'm not touching it, not drinking it. I don't play that game. But while I'm sitting there, right, just drinking, sipping from a straw, you be like, why are you doing that? Because I was taking my time. So other people probably thought I was drinking maybe a clear drink or clear alcohol. But it wasn't. It was just water and ice. Next thing I know, 3 of the girls came down from the stage, from where they was at, the dance floor, because like lifted up a little bit. And they was right there. 2 of them was on the right side, 2 of them on the left side, and they just ordering their drinks. And I was like, okay, whatever. I could smell a little bit of perfume, a little bit of perspiration, a little bit of nature. I'm like, okay, they're women. That was okay. That's okay. As a natural man, I understand that. You're going to sweat just a little bit, and they didn't try to wear too much perfume. So it wasn't a turn off. If anything, I was like, okay, I'm an animal and I smell my prey right next to me, but I'm going to keep it cool. Yeah, I smell my prey. But I didn't say nothing. So one of the girls tapped me on the shoulders. I was like, okay. She said, yeah, where you at? You drinking up by yourself? This is a nice party, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, you right, yeah. I'm having a good time. Like, shoot, you dance a little bit? I was like, yeah, I do a little something. Yeah, dance with me next time the song plays. I'm like, okay, you come to me, you let me know. So okay, I will. So I still sat there, and they all walked up there, and she walked over to me and started pulling me to the stage. She put her hands up. Come on, let's go. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. You see that? Equal. Something very, very simple, very, very natural, right? So it worked that quite well, and we just, danced around just a little bit, right? And after a few minutes, they dispersed, go to the bathroom, straighten themselves out, and I sit back down again. And this one of the other girls from the other side noticed that the girls was trying to, pull me in. That's interested in Morpheus and whatever, trying to bring me to the party, whatever the hell they was doing. It's like, oh, so you with those girls, aren't you? I said, no, I'm not. I'm just here chilling. And my friend, oh, okay. Dang, you seem like one of the good guys out here. I'm like, wait a minute, good guy? What do you mean? I'm not woman, you don't know me. But she was fishing. Just fishing. See what I was saying? I was like, please, you have no idea. Right? She said, oh, so you here by yourself. Where's your girlfriend? I know she's going to be jealous with all those girls around you. I said, you know what? I really don't have time for that right now. Having a girlfriend, that comes in the future. Right now I'm just enjoying my time, and the music is good here. And she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna hook up with you too. So you come holler at me when you get some time then, because I know they're gonna come out. I don't want them to think that I'm trying to compete for your attention for them. So I'm like, okay, I get it, right? So she gone about her way. So after a few minutes, she go over there in the corner where 2 of her girls at, and they're just chatting it up. And the music start playing again. I can see her glimpsing across the way again, talking about, come pick me, come here, come over here. come here. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Come here. So I get up and I just walk on over there, right? All cool. Got one hand in my pocket. Still got my water. I had to refill it, right? So they think it's kind of like some type of Grey Goose or clear vodka, something like that in it. So I'm playing it cool, right? Walk over there. So I'm like, so what's up? You gonna get out there and dance or whatnot? She said, well, and her girlfriend was sitting next to her. They gave each other a look. They're staring at each other, right? Because I already know what the look mean. But I figured it out after a couple of seconds. They looked at each other. One of them was a blonde and the other one was a brunette. My type. So I walk up to her. So I'm like, so what's up? She said, oh, well, I'll dance with you if you buy me a drink. My girl needs a drink too. And I heard what she said, but I bent over on purpose like I usually do. As a teacher, if ever I bend over in front of you a little bit, what I mean is when I leaned a little closer to you as if I didn't hear you, I actually heard you. And that means I'm engaging now in my energy. That means my third eye is open, right? And it's not a good position. If I'm comfortable and I'm leaning back, you're okay. If I lean forward, you're not okay. You're not fine. Radar should come up. Okay, wait a minute. I said something. Morpheus? What? So I leaned forward I was like, what'd you say? Excuse me? Yeah, no, I can't dance without a drink. If you buy me a drink, buy me something to drink, and my girl a drink, then I'll get out there with you. Can you do that for me? I said, just 1 second. And I pretended like I was going to walk away, right? So I turned around, I put my finger, just 1 second. I turned around, and I turned back around immediately. I said, guess what? No, I don't think so. And looked them both in the face, right? And they looked at each other again like, what? Like, what? I don't get what? And walked right back over there where I was at, sitting on the bar and continued drinking on my water. Looked at my watch like, okay, I've been here 20 minutes too long. I'm ready to head out of here. Ain't got time for the dumb games. Okay. And then a few minutes later, the other girl who came and wanted me to dance for the first time. All right. I could smell her perfume and her pheromones and everything by now. So I knew she was approaching without even looking. I'm an animal. I can't help it. So I'm a beast. But she, watch out, white girls. But anyway, so yeah, she approached and she tapped me on the shoulder again. I want another dance with you. Come on. Pulled me on the shoulder and that was it. Right. And she grabbed me in the shoulder and put her arms under my arm. I had to leave my water there with the ice. And she pulled me onto the stage. And the next stages from this point on was this girl letting me know that she was interested. She made her approach. She stated what she wanted. It wasn't what she wanted from me as far as what I wanted from her. As a matter of fact, she asked me if I wanted to refill of my drink when I was sitting there. And I didn't tell her that it wasn't alcohol. It was water. Right. I just said, no, that's OK, sweetheart. It's OK. You sure? Because, you can use another drink. Right. I'm like, no, I'm OK. I appreciate it. But thank you. And here we are on the dance floor. And it was I'm just going to say it was OK. All right. It was a good experience. But all the while, now the girl, when I was on the dance floor with her, she had her arms wrapped around my neck as if she knew me the whole time, and the intimate embrace. And that's it. And then we're dancing and the girls are like, OK, she got her somebody. And OK, this is OK, whatever. The other girls that was in the corner, listen, could not help but continue glaring now. Staring a little upset, and after a few minutes watching them, the white of my eyes, the girl in the brunette, she actually got down, went over there, got her own drinks, got her own her 2 drinks that she had, a little lemonade on the side, probably Long Island iced tea, most likely, and brought it over there, gave one to her friend, and here they are, sipping in the corner, still staring. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they want to be a play on their video game. They wanted me to play their game, right? This blue pill beta SHIT testing Morpheus as if I was born yesterday. Oh, you're going to buy me a drink? Buy my friend a drink too. But wait a minute, I'm not here for your friend. As a matter of fact, I'm not here for you. So what gives you the audacity to ask me to buy you a drink? That's the test. As a matter of fact, the moment you do the dumb thing thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have both of them tonight. Oh, this is gonna be heaven. Sure, beauty. Of course. No. I'm gonna go ahead and take my blue pill dumbass over there. I'm gonna buy her a drink and her too because I want to score both of them tonight. No, you a dummy, and they're gonna run. They're gonna run you straight out of there. And as a matter of fact, they're not gonna go home with you. I'm like, this dude was stupid. We just used this guy. Look, here I am over there in front of the bar all by myself. How could I not be a target? All tall, muscular, whatever. Just looking okay. Let's put it like that. Looking okay. No girlfriend around, nobody temper. And then, of course, she saw the other girls was that I suppose, it's kind of like you smell somebody who has potential, right? Other girls like men that other girls like. How about that? If there's a man that a lot of girls are surrounding around, then other girls will get curious, be like, "Oh, what's so special about him? Let me figure it out." Right? So here I am. She realized that I'm a target now. But instead of looking at it like, well, maybe I should just step up my game and think about this a little differently, they try to pull out their so-called SHIT test card to see what type of blue pill I was, and come to find out I was as red pill as red can come. Not playing games with them, right? And of course, you already know, as the night goes on, you got like blue pill other guys who start going over there, and here they are buying drinks, and now they're a little bit more happier because they found them blue pill betas. I wasn't going to be that one. I was not going to be that one. So that's a good example of what I mean by you playing on their video game. You play on their video game. Should I have went with their program? First of all, I would have missed out on a higher quality, a broader mind, a woman who wasn't there to try to pilfer or get something from me. Okay, she wasn't trying to SHIT test me. All she wanted to do was have a good time, and she knew exactly what she wanted. You understand? She got up off of her hind legs, and she got what she wanted. She made her move, which was a sign of quality and an open-minded and an easy interaction. No games, no playing around as if we're kids in high school all over again. It's what's up. I'm girl, you're boy. What time of day is it? Okay, that's it. But here they are in the corner. If I was to fall into their program, I would have missed out on the other girl, and I would have missed out on even them, because all they would have done was got my drinks, got my time, and it would have been like, okay, goodbye. Goodbye, blue pill. I used you. You're done. No, you can't have me, nor can you have her. You failed the program, so you go home alone. Okay? Just rub one out as if we bruised you and socked you in the eyes. Just rub it out. You got me? So therefore, if you stand your ground and you are calm and cool about your situation, you will be provided with not only what you need, you might even get what you want at the same time. And it plays out like that. It plays out like that. The more men give into the situation because they think they're going to get them some, they think their night is going to be a matter of paradise. You're going to be spending more money, more time, more unnecessary energy, and you're going to allow these girls to run all over you, and they'll know immediately that you're the same, just like the many of other blue pill beta guys that are present right now in the modern world. In the modern world, they don't have unrealistic expectations because guys like myself are with them. Because I have principles, I have standards, and I have my own gameplay that they're going to have to comply to or get out. You understand? Because I don't need them. I don't need them. I have options. The same way they came in the door is the same way they can leave. As a matter of fact, I'll leave the door unlocked and open. The moment she flinched, goodbye, get out, don't need you. But you men act like you can't live without them. Oh, we have to get married. If I don't marry this girl, I'll never be able to keep her. I'm going to have to make this amount of money per year. Boy, I got to hold my masculine frame. all stressed out, frustrated, you bald headed, low testosterone, bad breath, you sleep funny, you look funny, you walk funny, you're a funny looking dude, and here you are, blue ball, and don't comprehend what's going on in your life because you're playing a game that's rigged. Do your donkey dunking bald head self understand that? If you sit down and you stay on your square, everything is going to be good. You are the prize. If they want it, make them come to you, because eventually they'll figure it out. The only people that's going to approach her or them are boy toys that she's going to utilize, take everything from him, manipulate him, but she's going to want the alpha. She's going to want the alpha eventually. That other girl, she proved it eventually at the end of the night. When she found out that the girl that I was with at the time went on the other side just for a few minutes, she was coming back. As a matter of fact, she pulled me on my shoulder. I had a coat jacket on at the time. She said, "I'll be back. Hold on." Gave me a really good sloppy kiss on the cheek. "I'll be back. Hold on." The girl watched her walk away. She pretended like she was getting ready to go to the bathroom. And she walked up to me. She's like, "See, I told you with her. I ain't gonna do me like that. Why you play me like that? Dang, you could have got some of this." Also putting her finger down her front, walking away, right? And I'm thinking to myself, why are you wasting your time to walk over here? You had like 5 or 6 different guys that brought you your drinks. They danced with you a little bit. They all around you. Why did she take the time to come up to me after all that time? I should have been a blip on her radar, a little bitty blip. As a matter of fact, when those guys came around, I should have been invincible. But I wasn't, because a woman can smell an alpha a mile away. She can smell a guy on his square. She can smell a guy who's on his principle. Do you understand? She ain't stupid. She's like, wait a minute. All these blue pill children over. Like, yeah, yeah. They failed. They failed because they brought my drink. They failed because they right here in my face, and I know what they're after. You know, they lost the game. I know they have no options, but that dude over there, he walked away. He got options, and I see the options as well, which made it even better for me. All those girls flocking around, options. So she's like, oh, whoa. That's where I want to be. If you got your act together, this is what happened. So that's how it burned into my genes. It burned into my mind where I can just remember it like it was yesterday. A good time too. Had a good time. It was fascinating, and I learned at the same time. I wasn't even trying to do anything. I was minding my own business, there for the music, just enjoying getting out, stretching my legs a little bit, and here this is. All I needed to do was make one mistake and walk over there and, okay, I'll buy you a Long Island tea, and what do you want, baby? Oh, I want some Jägermeister. Okay, I'll go get you some. And she gonna be like, you blue pill, you ain't as tough as I thought. Those girls don't know what they want. You are worthless. I don't want to be with you. You are weak. But you know what I've learned how to say to women? No. And mean it too. And mean it. I remember one time there was this girl that I was trying to talk to, right? What I mean by talk to is I was interested in her, and I was just dropping a couple of hints like, okay, what time of day it was. That, hey, if you're interested, here I am, right? Not gonna sit up here and try to coax you and be the greatest man out of the 10 room. Being alpha don't mean I'm gonna sit up there and beat on my chest. I'm gonna sit down and let the other guys ride along with your program, because I got my own play. Listen, I got my own PlayStation. If you want to play the game and challenge me, come play on my field. I'm gonna tell you what it's really all about. How to play Halo. Okay, I'll get you where you ain't looking. Be like, dang, where's he at? I don't even have to use a sniper rifle. Use that little 9mm rifle. Where's he at? That good at it. Go play on my field. Let's see what time of day. Let me show you what's up. Right? So check this out.